actually not be given out. It's going to be given straight to me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So you can play with Americans?
Yes.
So we are going to be giving away a butterfly knife slaughter, an M4A4 Howl, and a bayonet rust coat all this weekend, as well as 15 Asimovs giving us the CSGO lines and a bunch of other stuff. But we are into the pistol round. You can see 3 TSM players opted for armor, all hiding behind the box for now, but it's going to be C to find a first frag, and he will retreat back towards forklifts. Always hard to shoot through, but Cajun B will find a way. Penetration kill, in fact. Not often you see that. So 4 versus 4 as Na'Vi look to go for the retake here. They do not have a kit on the remaining players, so they'll have to move faster than they may otherwise want to. So Flamey gonna get Karrigan down, and they are falling pretty fast, our TSM. Zipmix though trying to hold down A main, but that's not going to work either. So Na'Vi surviving with 4 players intact as they take the pistol.
That was a really good retake, and Flamey there actually, that's not something you see too often, where you have the flanker actually coming from the door here where Guardian's running. They tend to just opt to go from A main, and you saw Flamey there just completely caught the TSM players off guard by going the doorway.
Alright, so this time TSM gone for the force there with the plant. So we've got full Tech 9s, full nades, we've got flashes, HEs, smokes, all the fun and games. That is an interesting spot from Karrigan to throw a grenade from. I'm curious to see where that will go. Looks like they may have... could this be a B split? They may be going for a wall of smokes here in mid.
It looks like it, yeah. And they bought up everything, so here comes the smokes.
Yeah, there is the wall of smoke. So looks like they're going to try and take the vent position. We'll see. There is a CT in checkers at the moment. We'll see what he chooses to do. It's going to have to be careful. This is going to allow TSM to close the distance and go for the one-shots with the Tech 9s. We've got the rotation coming in from Na'Vi now, but can they hold the site? We've got a crossfire on the site itself. He's trying to hold things down. Going to fall straight away. But Flamey going to hold things down here. 3 frags, sorry, for Flamey. Edward cleaning up the last. And again, the Flamey factor, we'll have to see what it can do once the buy comes in from TSM. So we will see them eco on this particular round, and then buy the next. Stu still running around with an SMG. Again, $600 kill bonus for those SMGs. Very much worth buying in these stages of the game. Right, so we've got TSM heading towards the A site. Safety in numbers. Ooh, that's going to be a nice nade there from Guardian to clean things up. That's going to be a fast engagement for Na'Vi. Again, no players lost for them. Edward surviving with all of 2 HP. We'll keep that M4 as well. So far so good here for Na'Vi, but now comes the buy from TSM.
Yeah, they do have all the smokes and stuff. For TSM, the thing is what you want to keep in mind here, especially knowing that Na'Vi doesn't play this map too often, is that you wanna play on picks like they're doing right now. Because the thing is, they don't know their rotations too well. They don't know really where to go and like how the map actually works in terms of like the specific play styles. You see here actually, Zeus is coming in with the flank.
Can he get there in time though? The frags are going the way of TSM. Man advantage now, and if Seeds gets the flank here, it's going to be all important. There's 1 frag at least. While he waits for his teammate Flamey to rotate from the B site. That was a nice nade, but didn't do as much damage as it might have. So here comes a pop flash, but no one going to be flashed from that. Seeds taking the upper ground while Flamey comes around the side. Ooh, Zipnix almost found the face there, but going to be Seeds to fall instead. So 2v1, should have a crossfire set up now. Flamey in a difficult position, running out of time as well. He's got 1, but he should not get a defuse here. Ooh, is it going to be close? I don't think he's got it.
Yeah. Okay, so just to rephrase that, what I meant was, since Na'Vi does not play this map too often, they do not really know the timings of the terrorists. So you saw there was a very fast round coming in from TSM. Chances are for Na'Vi, they don't really know, okay, how long will it take him to reach this specific area, and they might get caught off guard. Instead, if you just play to like the regular, you know, A executes and whatnot, then you're just basing off of, well, okay, yeah, I can hold this side, I can do it fine.
So Na'Vi might be in trouble here.
Well, they have 2 ops this time.
Yeah, they've got 2 ops indeed, Guardian and Edward with the ops. So we've got Cajun B hanging around outside the B bomb site at the moment, where he's going to be joined by the bomb carrier Carrigan, or maybe not. As he heads over towards Device, who might have a peek in A main. Na'Vi just got flashed into there. See, he's having a look, won't find anyone. So we'll see if Na'Vi can hold things here. The good 2-man advantage. Carrigan again, difficult spot, only 2 HP on him. So the road ahead is long and arduous here for TSM in this round. But there's the opening from Cajun B. Flamey could get a fast flank, and indeed the bomb carrier is going to go down. I think he might have heard some steps from Cajun B, trying to pre-fire, just about not going to get the frag there. 2v1 now, as Device is the only one standing. He doesn't have the bomb or the sight. If he can find himself a 1v1, maybe he can get a plant here, and maybe even win the round. And there's the 1v1, going to find Zeus, but he will fall to the flames that Zeus threw. Trade frag not necessary.
And this is probably how you're going to see Na'Vi play almost the entire CT side. Very aggressive. Just trying to catch TSM off guard, and you see her again, Na'Vi knowing that TSM have no money, so they ended up buying some SMGs for the big bucks.
Yeah, they're preparing for the eco, make that paper, but also it's good in case one of their players fall that they didn't go for the full rifle, etc. So smart play by the CT side. But TSM very close to A main. 1-person door as well. So there's 1 Piece 50 there, which could do the damage. But with all these smokes, they will be hard pressed to find someone to kill. Kind of stuck in A at the moment. Seized is hungry to find some frags. Just going to use that smoke to make sure no one's behind him. And how many can he get? He's got 1 so far. There's 2. $1,200 in the bank. One more would have paid for itself. MP7 pistol will finish off the remaining players. And TSM, again, the money's still not in a good situation. So Na'Vi are being afforded a good lead here in the early stages of game 1, but they're going to go for the buy now. They're going to have limited nades.
I do have all the smokes though, and that's what they opted for, so we're probably going to see an A smoke round here.
And they are all heading over towards mid/A. And you can see where Dupree and Carrigan are going there. Probably setting up for A smokes, as Clara mentioned there. That is a nice nade.
Wait, it didn't do any damage. It looked like it hurt him quite a bit.
You feel like it should have done, but nades are very, very weird indeed in this game. And there's an example. I think it did maybe 7 damage. So that is a shame for Na'Vi. But here come the nades. So can TSM execute? They've only got 1 person towards A at the moment. Here they come through A main. May go for a late flank through mid as well. Let's see. We've got 2 people in the boost spot. So can Na'Vi hold? And what are they expecting here? Got a T so far from the TSM players. They've gone for the mid push first. Trades coming in there. C's trying to hold down on the site with the MP7, but it's not going to be enough versus the Galils of the TSM side. So 4 versus 3. 1-man advantage here for TSM. Flamey on the long rotation once again. We saw it on overpass. We see it on Cash. And he's going to be held up for a long time by Zipnix. But we've got 2 people in the car area, Guardian and Zeus. 2 kits on the CTs as TSM tries to play the clock. Trades coming in once again. Now it's Carrigan versus the remaining players for Na'Vi. Needs to take him down soon. That clock is ticking. He could waste enough time to fire again. Going to do the job. But is there enough time for Flamey to find the defuse?
Yes.
Just about. So 6-1 TSM. This is a very good lead indeed for them.
6-1 Na'Vi.
Sorry, 6-1 Na'Vi, excuse me. Very good lead indeed for them. And again, while we may think they might be less prepared for the map, that's going to make their score all the more important. The 2 AWPs continue for the CIS side. Guardian going all in there. AWP, 2 flashes. Virtus Pro will sometimes double up and leave only Neo on the B-bomb site, but we've still got 2 here for Na'Vi. Guardian and Flamey. Flamey playing the crossfire as Guardian may be the bait. He's going for the aggressive position. Cajun B spotted him, trying to find a frag. Tags him into Galil, but no kill just yet. Does he have the guts to re-peek? He does, and he has fallen for his sins. So that's the control of B for the CTs, but they're going to head back as Looks like Flamey will stay in checkers on his own as Guardian will rotate. Bomb heading towards A main at the moment. Only sees on a site for now. But Guardian in a position to hold the angle onto A main, but the smokes are bouncing off to smoke off his position. He'll be forced to play the site itself. So we'll see if they could hold against the push of TSM. We've got more smokes, more nades coming in. Misses the first shot. We've got people on the plant site as well. Too many angles for Guardian to cover. Karrigan takes him down. Zeus taking down Device. 3 versus 3 once more as the bomb gets planted. See Zeus taking down Dupree there. So no more high ground for TSM. Karrigan and Zipnix are in a difficult situation, but Flamey gets taken down. Now it's all down to C's. He's only got 9 HP, but look at the health on Karrigan and Zipnix. First shot wins, basically, if it's on point. There's the first kill for Na'Vi. Again, the clock is ticking down. He does have a kit, but doesn't find the frag onto Zipnix. Going to overkill with a shot to the head there.
Yeah, great hold by TSM. We'll see our only Guardian with a bunch of moolah in his bank.
Yeah, so they've lost. They won 3 rounds in a row, lose 1. And already in a very tight spot indeed, forced onto the eco. So this should allow TSM to close the gap here. Dupree, though, only on a deagle. So money kind of broken for both teams. Looks like... Could this be, are they, like, going for a little huddle in CT spawn there?
I think they were arguing.
Chest bumps?
Guardian had a bunch of money, and I think that he just wanted to hold it on to himself. And Zeus got very upset and started screaming, and it's like, you drop us.
Okay.
Yeah, so... I'm pretty sure Guardian was the one who just handed out all of these P250s.
I saw KDN wrote DR, but it looked like a DB. I thought he was going to write D block. I thought maybe it was a suggestion, you know, for rep for you to listen to, but I think he was just writing drop.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got a line across the map here for the CTs. Which T player will be the first to cross it? It's TSM with all the rifles. You've seen nasty things before on Cash with Deagle. Rattling off in the distance. TSM waiting for a push at the moment. Trying to stick together. Go for those trades. Make it hard for the Na'Vi to pick up any guns that they might drop to the floor. But here comes the push onto B. And only Zeus on the site. Teammates smoked off. Got to try and defend on his own. Not going to go his way. Pushes through the smoke. C's going to take down 1, but all the remaining frags going the way of TSM. Flamey last of all and will face plant in the checkers area. So, standard anti-eco round there from TSM. Only dropping 1 player. Evening things up. Halving the deficits to 3 rounds. 5th round, my words are all over the place today. You're going to have to play-by-play and colour. I'll just sit here and admire the scenery.
Well, that's what I've been doing.
Edward on the MP7. Look at the lack of nades here for Na'Vi. Going for some early information. Device, though, uncharacteristically missing a shot there. You can see Zipnix behind the box. In case a pop flash comes in, he can try and protect himself from there. Good cover against the guns as well. Okay, so C's in an advanced position, which could get some info for his team, but might not know if anybody's in A main, so there's no rotation away from A for his teammates. Bomb is over towards B, however, and there is nobody in there whatsoever. Yeah. So it's Zeus playing checkers, and he seems to have a read that it's going to be A, but he may be in for the biggest retake of all time. But
yeah, here we go. You see the rotate now from Na'Vi after Zipnix went down there.
Zeus has to be careful. If he peeks too much, they will see his legs before he sees them. That could allow the spray down. Oh, Edward getting completely executed on the site. Na'Vi in trouble now. 3 versus 3. He's going to look the wrong way and get taken down. Doesn't find a second frag. So Flamey in control of checkers, which will make it hard to plant the bomb. Going to have to plant it. Oh, he's going to go for it anyway, actually, now. Flamey has fallen. So that plant in the back of sight allows you to try and defend diffuses from checkers.
And this is what I meant before as well. Like, yeah, Na'Vi plays this map. They don't play too often. And you saw there I'm not sure who it was that dropped down vents after getting the first frag there.
Flamey was the second into from the vents after Zeus died.
Okay, yeah, so it was Flamey, right? So he gets that first guy, and then he dies because one of the TSM players was just holding very close to the vents, which is a very common spot for people that play the map a lot. Flamey didn't even know about it, or probably didn't know it was a common spot.
Alright, so Na'Vi getting cut down. After having a nice 6-1 lead, they find themselves only narrowly ahead of Na'Vi. So, full nades, full everything here for TSM. Only device continuing with the Galil as opposed to the AK. So that may give the Na'Vi players a smidgen of hope should they go up against them. But again, you can find that they found a buy, but they find themselves very limited nades. Hard for them to go for aggressive peaks with pop flashes when you've only got 3 flashes on the team. Guardian finding a frag onto Zipnik, so good hold so far. And TSM have been torn apart. Na'Vi in a very difficult spot financially, but so far so good. Cajun B, only one here to try and do some damage. You can see he spotted Zeus there. Not sure if Zeus would have seen Cajun judging by that nade. The answer is yes. So there's another player down. Guardian coming in for the trade. But again, that was a round that Na'Vi pretty much had to win, and they had to win, and they did.
Yeah, again, even after TSM knew that they were boosting, they still managed to get the frag. So it's two nice frags by Guardian. He killed one in the A main and also one from the door, so shut them down completely.
Okay, so we're getting into the closing stages of the first half. Again, we've got a different layout here from Na'Vi. 2 people in checkers at the moment. And nobody playing sight. Oh, going for some kind of funky run boost. But it is going to fail. So we'll see what difference that makes. Guardian has fallen to the AWP of device. Looking for more frags. Na'Vi going for the information, finding the frag to boots. Again, no flashes, just going for raw peaks here. Just winning that duel. The Cajuns managed to pick up the AWP. So we've got 3 CTs huddled between checkers, vent, and mid, with only seized with 30 HP to try and hold down the A site. I guess he'll try and spot for his teammates and make the call should he need to. Try and waste as much time as possible. Push should be coming in shortly from TSM. You can see the last rotation there from Cajun B. And here comes their execute. So sees. Takes down, Edward takes down the first player. The bomb's down as well, so that's going to be everyone on the site. 2 versus 2 now, and Dupree only had 1 HP, but he's fallen. So Cajun B with the AWP versus 2. He needs to clutch for his team here. Time is running out as well. He's got no choice but to go for the full plant. Managed to pick up an M4. Make himself a bit more dynamic versus 2 opponents. He'll be looking to get trade kills, worst case scenario. But where are Zeus and Flamey? That is the question. He saw the Q from the nade, and that's going to allow him to find a frag onto Zeus. Now, is Flamey on the left? Is Flamey on the right? Flamey is running, going to give his position away. And get shot straight in the head by Cajun B.
Yeah. Great hold by Cajun. I don't know if they... Did Flamey not have kit? Did they not have a kit? They must have. Because they won the previous round. So you actually did have time to actually take your time there. You didn't have to run around like Flamey actually did.
Yeah, the bomb had only just gone down, so even without a kit, I think he would have been good for a fair few seconds.
Because you saw there after Cajun got the first one, he had no idea where Flamey actually was, so...
Well, for better or worse, Na'Vi find themselves on the eco once again. 1 round down now. TSM looking to even things up here. And a very fast push indeed coming down onto the B bomb site. You can see CT smoked off. And a push through the smoke as well to give themselves a very strong position on the B bomb site. You may see Na'Vi trying to play for exits. Zipnik should get a free frag here. Indeed, he will onto Edward. Only Guardian and the Seas remain. And again, may play just for exit frags. Try and pick up a weapon. Try and do a little bit of... economic damage for whatever it's worth as we go into the last round of the first half. Okay, so Carrigan with a 1 tap's going to finally take down a teasing seized. But is the bait real? Bait is indeed real. Revenge is being seeked in the name of Dupree and friends. So Guardian will not save a gun. Minimal damage done, but should not affect the buy too much of TSM in this last round. Double AWPs coming out for TSM in this last round.
Yeah. Na'Vi with basically no nades and not a kit either, so... Just take it calm and collect it here from TSM. is actually key, because chances are they're going to be a very aggressive Navi, since they don't have any nades. They have to actually get an entry or two here to even be able to hold the sites or even to hold them off. So
yeah, well, Z's trying to hold down the B-bomb site, got taken down straight away by one of these two AWPs. And Na'Vi have left it for the time being. The mid-hold will last for now, but at a cost of a player. So, Device has the information on B now. We should see the rotation. See Dupree coming in there with the bomb, and Zipnix may try and hold down the vent area. So far, so good. Taking down Edward in mid. And look how far and spread out the remaining Na'Vi players are. Guardian on the side, takes down the bomb carrier. Has enough bullets left to take down the Device as well. Now this is a 2 versus 1. Waiting for his teammate to rotate, but his teammate is creeping in mid. That is seized. Whilst Guardian tries to waste as much time as possible, but he's taken the wrong spot. Gets naded down to half his HP. And Seeds really needs to come into the trade here sooner rather than later. Zimnix will be aware, and Seeds gets there just in the nick of time to take the last round for Na'Vi and give them an 8-7 over TSM.
considering how, because I would actually say the Catch is probably one of the more balanced maps nowadays. You see a lot of teams actually getting a lot of T rounds. Especially the teams that's actually pretty good. And considering that TSM is actually pretty decent on this map, and Navi doesn't play this map too often, I actually think that 8-7 is actually not a bad scoreline.
We'll have to see if both teams, or either team, can capitalize on it in this next half. So, Cadian's been on eye sketch there. But can he beat my tank drawing? That is the question. So, Na'Vi looking to extend their lead. And TSM looking to even things up to 1-1 here. Again, they're coming into this as champions. People in mixed martial arts often say you're not a champion until you defend your belt. So, they'll definitely be desperate for the gold at FACEIT LAN finals. So, Zipnix is the information man, looking for the headshots here on the A-bomb site. Expecting a rush as well. You can see he's got the 5.7. Gonna have 20 bullets in the magazine.
And now we're playing very defensive.
Yeah, they're just making TSM wonder what is going on, and it may take them a while to find out. Got some probing nades coming in towards the A site, but it's only Guardian there asking questions of TSM. Gonna force a second plate to come in, and he's gonna get taken down from short by Edward. TSM looking to take control of mid once again, but flying Tech-9s have other ideas. 3 versus 3. Dupree plays the headshot position on the B bomb site. Jules with C's doesn't win it. 2 versus 2. No kit for TSM, but they're pretty close to the site. They've got time to find these headshots. C's being pushed towards CT by Zimnix there. So, gonna be playing for the trades. That's a good position there in headshot, and Flamey will fall. So, C's a 5 HP to find 2 headshots. Not gonna happen. TSM even things up. Very important round for them. And we'll see what they have to offer on the CT side.
Yeah, and not that much Navi could do there, especially considering where they planted the bomb. It's a very awkward situation where there's so many more spots that you can actually hold from nowadays, or that you can actually plant from. So they got the bomb down nonetheless. You're gonna see a buy anyway, which is, considering how strong the pistols are nowadays, it's not really that uncommon.
What was the Tech-9 like in your day? I say your day, but you come out.
Yeah.
Have you come out of retirement? Is that what's happening here?
Sorta.
Sort of. Okay.
We play from now and then. Pretty good. We're all very old.
So you're kind of like a silver surfer.
Yes. You should actually move to the US and join my team.
So, you know what? I would almost do that just for the troll. You know what? I wanted to try out for NIP.
Really?
Yeah, not for your position, but like when all the AWPers were going in, they were trying Delpan, Alios, like, get right.
That's your role?
Get right, let's go. It was my role, but now I can't AWP anymore. The most recent patch has just ruined my life, basically.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're blaming the patch for your bad opping?
I'm not blaming it. I haven't adjusted, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with it, but anyway. So, Seized and Guardian, heavily tagged. Seized has a Molotov here and an AK. I always wonder what the purpose of the Molotov is in these situations. I'm not saying it's bad, I just want to see how it's going to be used if he even gets the opportunity. Carrigan with that P90. Oh, he's going to see the shadow. That's going to be the cue to start firing, but C's will find the frag. So the bait there got them a one-man advantage and a P90. So this is a bad situation, and that's exactly why. That P90 spray down is brutal. Occasion B does not have much health. That may not make it hard for them to defend the B-bomb site. P90 is all over the shop at the moment. Device taking down Edward in mid. Now Na'Vi needs to be conscious of a push from vent. You can see Zipnix coming in from the kind of T-spawn direction. So they've got a two-pronged assault here to try and retake the site. C's winning. Yes, another duel on the site. I just hear P90's rattling off. Flamey falling.
He's just getting on our way.
He's only got 10 HP. He will
It was a
admire
good
the
buy,
bonfire.
I mean, C-Spot, I think C's actually got the AK dropped. I'm not sure from who, but that paid off. Normally you tend just to see them buying pistols and with all the nades, and that's about it to get the bomb down. But having that AK dropped, actually, that AK did work.
What do you think about the significance of the P90 being picked up in mid as well after that seized AK frag came in?
Yeah, he got two very very good frags. I mean, the one in mid after he picked up, or after he got the P90, he actually managed to kill that guy on B, so which was very important. And they managed to pick up a smoke as well. I don't think they had one before because they wasted it in mid. So they picked up a smoke as well that managed to block the CT spawn.
Alright, so Device with the scout kill onto Guardian of all people. That's a bit cheeky. Got the line held here by the CT, so they've gone for a 1-2-2 setup with one rotating between A and mid. Device taking down Edward as well. What do you think of the jumping accuracy of the scout?
I don't like it.
No?
No, it
Good
shouldn't
man.
be there.
Good man. Okay, so one frag for Na'Vi. They've smoked down the CT. Only Dupree on the B bomb site, but it's only Flamey applying the pressure for the time being.
But it's actually causing him to rotate though.
Yeah, so this has weakened the A sites, which is where the bomb is. Zipnix there with a P90. Oh, he's not going to get the jump onto Seized. Carrigan forced to try and rotate as Flamey still applies pressure to the B bomb site, but they've realised what's going on. They're going to keep pushing towards A. TSM, but it's not working out just yet. Device, how many more frags? He needs to ace with that scout if he is to win the round. That's going to be another one in the bag here for Na'Vi. Let's look at the TSM money after that one.
Wow. I mean, it's looking good for Na'Vi. They're actually playing really well. There are some awkward moments from their side, but all in all, it's actually looking very solid.
Yeah, TSM on the ropes at the moment. Edward with the Mac 10. So he's got his timing down for these ecos quite well. Mac 10 growing in popularity in the CIS. You know, Angel likes to rock the Mac 10 as well. Flamey trying to end Dupree, but not just yet. He will survive to fight for another few seconds at least. So far so good in this anti-eco here from Na'Vi. This is about damage limitation here. And making sure there's no bedlam from the CTs. C's will spray 2.
And very important to keep all 5 alive as well.
As you can see Flamey on the left there, the new addition to the Na'Vi team. And man, he replaced on the comms there for the Na'Vi side.
Coach.
Indeed. Have you considered coaching? Would you coach me?
Depends.
What does it depend on?
How much you paying me?
Well, I'll see what's in the 50 jar.
It's gonna have to be a lot of money that Dan managed to mess up.
Oh, well, I don't think he's ever pronounced your name properly, so there's probably a lot of cash in there. Alright, so 3-round advantage here for Na'Vi. TSM back on the buy. And again, look how limited their nades are. Obviously, they've thrown some already. You can see the smokes down across the site. But still over a minute on the clock for Na'Vi to play with. Once those smokes have gone, there will be no more here for the CT side.
Na'Vi do have 3 Molotovs as well, so it would make sense here. Well, now he's throwing one away. I was going to say it would make sense here to actually go for an A play. They wasted 2 Molotovs.
Okay, so Device down on the A side. Again, there's been no information for the TSM side as to where the bomb might be. So it's going to be Gonna make them stretch out just a little bit to try and hold things down here. 3 mid players, and there's a lot of information for Carrigan. He may take a read that it's going to be A. Cajun almost rotating there, but he's going to just stay towards B just in case. Navi, very tricky team indeed. You can see the time is dwindling here for the CT players. Sorry for the T players, excuse me. And they are down. The bomb is down as well. Only Zeus remains versus 4. So this should be a good round for TSM, surviving with maybe 4 players. Zeus, though, has other ideas. Will get traded on by Carrigan. So they'll survive with 3. Didn't manage to pick up an AK there, although they may opt for the Silenced M4. I know when Titan are playing on the T side, Existence likes to pick up Silenced M4s and drop AKs.
Really?
Yeah, he'll take the stealth over the one shots.
Oh, on the T side?
On the T side, yeah.
Oh yeah. I used to be the same actually. On the C side, I like to actually have the AK, and on the T side, I like to actually pick up the silencer.
Okay, so we've got the Navi players spread out towards the A site. Zeus in a position where we might see some... He's in A main actually, but maybe looking for an opening. Again, the bomb just near the boost area for the time being. C's will be the lurker towards B for now. Flamey and Zeus fighting the 2 frags actually, so again, that's reasonable time left on the clock. Flashbangs coming in off the ventilation to try and hold down. Yeah, it's like I haven't seen that angle before. But Navi are winning all the duels right now. Flamey with 2 frags. And 2 HP. Doesn't last for much more than 2 seconds. Dupree and Cajun B. What are their options right now? Dupree is miles away. Probably going for the save already. And it will be just down to him to try and save. As Navi head towards their 12th round. How much trouble are TSM in right now?
I still wouldn't say that they're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, sure, they have to save next round. Chances are, it depends on what they want to do here. They can double save to get like all the nades, and if they want an op and everything, or you can just save once and just opt to go for Famas. But even if they double save, yeah, sure, it would put them on 14. But again, we saw how well they played on their CT side on overpass, and they managed to catch up. So,
is there an incorrect option here, or are both options viable?
I mean, if you're very confident in your CT play, then you can actually opt to double save. If you're feeling a little bit shaky right now, chances are that TSM will probably opt to just to save once and buy.
Alright, so Dupree saving his weapon from the previous round. Got a smoke in tow as well. It'll be a difficult round here, which you cannot expect them to survive. So far so good for Navi. He's quite tagged. Zeus quite tagged as well actually. So let's see if this gun can be put to work. Dupree finding 1 frag. Zeus is in there as well with all of 4 HP. And it's only him and Guardian. He's managed to escape as Zeus. For now at least. Guardian not finding a quick frag, and it looks like they might lose the round.
I have no idea what just happened.
Me neither.
Everyone just dropped like flies.
I saw a smoke in A main, and then everyone was dead.
Yeah.
Basically.
Did it happen from mid? Like people dropped in A main as well, but it must have been from mid.
I have no idea, but this is an interesting situation because Zeus was about to run over to the site, holding the bomb in his hands like a baby. Cajun and CT spotted him, but they both moved back. Cajun wants his teammate. He wants to play safe. He can't afford to lose a duel there and have a 1v1 where anything can happen. Zeus manages to get the plant anyway, and TSM will go for the safe cleanup. So the bomb gets planted after all.
Yeah, but I mean, just by TSM winning this...
Arcadian's so smart. See, this is why we hired him, because he's best observer.
What kind of smiley is that?
I don't know.
Is that like a winky smiley?
It's a one-eyed smiley.
One-eyed smiley.
Like, forget.
I think it was like a flirt smiley.
Probably for you. You're a handsome man.
I wasn't talking to me, like you were the one to give him cred, so he was actually flirting to you.
I can't even argue that point.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Are you single?
I'm not that single.
You're not that? Okay, fair enough.
Right, you've got the TSM players there. in the zone, as they say. Keeping well hydrated. Always good.
Do we have another pause here from this time from Navi?
Sounds like it. I don't hear any ticking, so we may have a timeout here. They get 2 timeouts per map, 2 timeouts of 2 minutes, lots of 2s.
Wait, they get 2 timeouts per map?
I think so.
Really?
Oh, it was a technical pause, actually.
Okay. But we are back in the game.
Okay. Alright. So, TSM with control of checkers early on, going for the boost as well. Oh, look at that. Standing on the shoulders of giants. There's going to be no one to peek just yet. TSM with lots of nades now. May have been a while since they've been able to enjoy the riches. So Navi slowly taking map control, and TSM avoiding engagements for now, but they're holding the angles they want to hold. Again, we've got the Lurker Seas just hanging around outside the B site as the rest of the team could worry about other areas. That molly will force TSM out of the vents. There's still 2 players there though, so they could just pop up back in there afterwards if that's what they want to do. Is that a second Molotov?
Yeah,
indeed it
did
is!
they just throw 2 Molotovs in vent?
That's amazing. But Karrigan's found 2 frags in mid. So Navi's plan not going the way they wanted to, and TSM back in the vents once again, spotted, but they lose the duel again to Seas. He's won a bunch of duels so far. 3 versus 3. Time.
See, again.
They really wanted those vents, and it hasn't gone their way.
Yeah, see, it doesn't clear it again, and that's what I was talking about before. Like, this was the second time they actually did not clear that corner, where people obviously like to play. So
Yeah.
he just dropped down, and if he had cleared that, they would have had a pretty decent chance of winning the round. But since it didn't,
I think it may have been a somewhat of a desperation play because they were running out of time. But still,
yeah, but
all it takes is a quick 180, right?
Yeah.
And no trade from the teammates either. That will put them on pistols. Again, TSM winning important rounds here, closing the gap to 1. Device going to go for that full spray down just in case the charge was on. Bomb hasn't been sighted yet. Could it be a fake? That's what TSM might be asking right now. They are heading away from the B bomb site, but Cajun B will hold the angle from CT. Guardian's going to get wrecked. Only 2 remaining, and you can't expect much from them from these pistols. So what needs to happen in the next round for these 2 teams?
Well, they need to win the rounds.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that.
I know. Now I think of it, Fifth Laren, it was not the best question I've ever asked. I'm just glad that Thorin is not in the room right now to destroy me. I've had
what I would like to see from Navi would actually be perhaps a Molotov round onto the A-bomb site. Because they seem to be doing well in the early stages, but you know, throwing 2 Molotovs into the vents, it doesn't really seem that money efficient to me. Because obviously you throw the first Molotov to clear it off, and you're supposed to have 1 guy over at the B corner. So if there's actually a player over there and he drops down, you should be able to kill him. Would you
Freiberg throws that molly, doesn't he?
He does.
Freiberg's he's the molly thrower. He's the firefighter.
He used to. I think it's, unless he goes B, then it's not him.
Alright, so both teams back on the bye. The boost coming in once again for TSM. Navi not in a position to throw mollies in there right now. They only have 1 molly this time, which is on C's. So Edward's in a position where he will hear the Device is in a position where he will hear the Navi side running around, but he may not be aware of the boost. Nade coming in there, and Karrigan could be the bait for his team. He's going to take down Guardian, not going to find a second frag, heavily tagged now, and he's going to be stuck behind the sandbags, but Cavalry's coming in the name of Cajun B, and Device hasn't even revealed his position yet, but he doesn't need to. Last 2 plays over towards B bomb site. Bomb is down as well. This is not going the way of Navi. All of 1 frag on the board here for Seized, and TSM take the lead.
Yeah, and again, Navi low on money, so it's looking good for TSM right now. So this is why I told you before, when you asked me, how worried should TSM be now?
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you did say one of the teams had to win the round, and one of the teams did win the round for Flaren.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
really important information.
That's why I'm an analyst. To make those calls for you.
Yeah, that's why we pay you the big bucks,
Yeah.
baby. All right, so it's use of a smoke. Edward, he's gone for the armor pistol buy again. Again, we saw it with the Deagle previously. Shout outs to Cadian there. All right. So that smoke would suggest that they're looking for worst case scenario, you get a bomb plant. But they're all spread out. Is safety in numbers important when you're an eco as a team and you're trying to get a bomb plant?
If what?
Safety in numbers, like you all want to be together, firing all your guns at the same time, basically.
Well, it makes sense, as considering you don't have armor except for Edward now. If you keep on spreading out, and if your main goal is to get the bomb down, if you just have 5 people rush, especially considering that all of TSM are using silencers, they have 20 bullets. Chances are, if he's on the site, he should go down. He might get 2, 3 if he's lucky, but he should go down and the bomb should get planted.
All right,
So here's one for you.
okay.
Navi need to win the remaining rounds if they want to win in regular time.
That is true.
Yep.
This is awesome. I'll see if you have bonuses for Flaren. Trades. Guardian getting naded after finding the AWP. Bomb's headed towards A main for the time being, with 2 players in for support, but will Navi push? You almost never know.
See the Molotov this round out.
Yeah, so they're forcing the CTs out of their position. And they're also forcing the rotation. Cajun B heading over towards the A site. Now the push is finally coming in, so maybe they thought it was a fake, maybe they didn't. Well, I think it's clear they didn't, as they've got 3 people over towards A, with 1 person stuck on B. Carrigan getting taken down by Flamey, but it's still the bomb site in control of TSM. They have to breach the smoke here, which is always hard as the T's wins the duel, does Edward. Only Cajun B on the site to defend, as it's going to be a long rotation indeed for Device. He's got 6.5k in the bank. Might have an option to try and do as much economical damage as possible. You can see that the financial pressure has been real on Na'Vi with these ecos of late. And he should hear Flamey here. This should be a free frag. Indeed, it more or less is. How many more can he get? There's 1 more. Running out of time, so I don't think winning the round is achievable here, but continuing this considerable damage. He could have kept Zeus in place. Zeus knew he had to peek there, otherwise he's going to die to the bomb. And, oh, he's trying to fake to...
Yeah,
he's
them off
killed all of them.
Yeah, which is awesome.
And picks up the AWP.
They lost a round, but that's a win. For sure.
Yeah, look at the money on Na'Vi. It has been desecrated. So 5 AKs, no AWP saved there for Na'Vi, and that play could potentially win them the match going forward.
Yeah, I mean, because they lost so many people, right? Let's say they lose this one, they're on match point, and Na'Vi have to rebuy all of their weapons. So they're not going to have any money next round if they lose this one. So killing all of all of the people that the Device actually did was super important.
Right, so Na'Vi looks look fairly committed to an A push here. Everybody is in the house. No lurkers towards A. Again, they're winning the initial duels, but can they convert the round? There's a flashbang coming in from the CTs, and nobody can see anything. Edward going down onto the site. How many more frags will TSM get? So after the first opening, they're getting back into this. 3 versus 3. Bomb is on the floor. We've got flashbangs all over the shop. Smoke's in play as well. Even more flashes coming out. Carrigan blind as a bat right now. Not going to find a frag just yet. Guardian getting taken down by Dupree. Na'Vi getting killed with paper cuts here. Only C's remains versus 2. And that crossfire will be too much for him.
Yeah, and now you will see, because the Device actually killed off so many people last round, or the round previously, they're not going to have a lot of money now coming into to what might be the last round. Yeah.
And this is thereby. This is the jumble sale. Deegs, Tech 9s, P250s. There is not a lot going on at all here for Na'Vi. But again, don't count them out. We've seen matches won on pistols. Shout out to TSM last week. We'll see if Na'Vi can do the same. It's not going to be easy. And there's the bomb straight away, so that's going to be a full rotation from the CTs. It is on the floor. Dupree has vision of the bomb. 3 players left here for Na'Vi. They've got a smoke on Guardian. Could potentially try and use it to pick up the bomb, but this is not a good situation at all. So, only Edward remains versus the 4 of TSM, and he will fall as well. So we are going to go to 3 maps. TSM taking the second one, 16-13. Ended up being a clutch game. Na'Vi with a good shout. Again, they went 6-1 up on the first half. TSM bringing things back again and managing to eke out the W. So this one will go all the way. And
yeah, I mean, they played a lot better than what I expected.
Na'Vi?
Yeah. TSM again. I was, even before coming into to Cash, I said that TSM would win, but it was close. I was probably not expecting that scoreline.
Yeah, we'll have to. Okay, we'll have to see what the other 2 guys think of this as well. Over to Mr. Duffield to lead the desk and Thorin to strike fear into the hearts of everyone.
Mostly children. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah,
I'm back.
You here, are you?
Good game. Yeah, I'm back. You're
Thanks
back.
for announcing that. They can see me on camera, so I don't need to say it. There's like my name there and everything.
Hello, guys. I'm back.
You don't have an alias, though?
Thorin.
They haven't given you one?
I don't really have one.
I thought it was Duffer.
Yeah, that's only when I play games, though.
Oh, okay.
Don't really have
This
one.
is not a game, though. You're saying this is not a Mother Loving
This
game.
is IRL.
Okay.
IRL. So it's actually quite close to how we expected, right? Close
That was a
game.
much closer game, though, than I thought. TSM
That was
did
gonna
win, but I thought it was going to be a bit more comfortable.
Really? Okay, fair enough. So they're going to be feeling a lot more confident after that. The first game, the first map, we saw them a bit stressed out afterwards. That's going to have kind of cooled the nerves slightly, I guess. Would you agree?
I mean, I would imagine so, yeah. Obviously, there were chances Na'Vi could win, so there was some pressure on TSM at times there. But even though it was that close, I think overall it was a good performance from TSM. They had to get it on this map, obviously. Going into Mirage, if I'm Na'Vi, I wouldn't really be that put off by the fact we lost this map now. Like, you would have thought of the 3, this is the one most likely for them to lose. So actually, even to come this close was a good performance by them. Looks like their form's very good overall, I think.
And how did you find casting this match, guys?
It was great.
It was good.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed casting together? You were
It'd be a
saying
bit
earlier.
awkward if they said no, wouldn't it?
Well, no. James said actually. That's why I asked the question. James said to me earlier he was really looking forward to it. So
Yeah. It's been good.
I was looking forward to casting with Fiflaren.
So that would have been even more awkward if Fiflaren had been like, yeah, I guess it's okay. And then you're like, actually, James was saying earlier he was really looking forward to casting with Fiflaren. Like
I would just feel awful.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Let's just
been
put it
fun.
that way.
And
James.
it's not over yet.
Yeah, and actually, you get to throw a punch or 2 at James as well, because he tends to mess up
We
quite
get
a
to
bit.
punch him as well?
No,
Physically?
well, that's after.
Few
Verbally, you can do it
jibes.
during the game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not been it's not been a good day for me today.
I'm going to save up my punches and like pedigree him through this table. At the end of the Just head on a high, end on a bang.
I'm done after this. You're not going to see me tomorrow. I'm just going to be the arm
If
at
that,
the
if that,
interviews.
if that
arm.
does happen, I hope we stream it,
Yeah.
please, because it's going to get millions of views. What is going to separate these teams, Thorin?
Probably the third map.
Every time.
They're aiming for.
Every time. I think
I-
he's
I
done this
reckon
to me.
To go with the James Bardolph style of analysis, I think whoever wins this next map moves on, gets past the series. Whoever loses it will probably be looking back saying, wish I'd won third map.
What are they going to...
I'd have to agree with him there.
yeah,
I think he makes a really good
Ironclad
solid point.
case.
I'm trying to think how to word it so that it's not the same
Okay.
answer again. Apart from just win, what are one of these teams going to have to do?
This
To
is a situation.
To beat the other one.
This is a situation where it's like, what can I ask that is not going to get me wrecked by Thorin?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Without
even
trying to
even-
think for too long.
A lot
Even
of
that
people are
question-
trying to play that
Even
game.
that question is easy. Yeah, you need to fry people and you need to plant the bomb or defuse the bomb.
no, it's not easy. That's
Execute
not a
on
good
tactics.
answer.
yeah.
See, look, he's on
You
point.
can always go
You
that
need to
one.
work together as a team and get the kills.
Well, the main thing
a
I think
unit.
in this game that will be the decider is actually Guardians AWPing, because this is one of the maps where there's a reason
This is
why.
a serious answer. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was really
actually
thrown.
waiting
I was
for it.
really
Yeah,
thrown.
reason why-
Eventually it comes
The
out.
reason why Na'Vi are considered like one of the specialist teams on this map, Mirage, is because Guardian's AWPing is unreal on this map. Like, he can control that window room. He goes to the like the CPL area, which connects into the A site. And if he gets on fire there, the two maps that he's most famous for is Dust 2 and Mirage. He can just be utterly deadly. Whereas TSM, I think, is more of a group effort on this map. So I actually, in some ways, I feel like Navi's better of the two teams. But I actually feel like of the two teams in terms on this map, they're better. But I think TSM is a better team than Navi overall. So that's why I'm having a hard time figuring out who I'm going to go with. So I'm actually still going to go with TSM to win it. But I think Navi is better on the map. So if they play to their absolute max potential, they definitely can win this third map.
But you feel like the confidence they're going to take from the second map could be enough.
I think it's, like I say, I think it's on Guardian to have a big game, because otherwise
Yeah.
I think TSM is better. And so overall, like from what I've seen from TSM recently, I think they're going to win.
Would you guys agree with that? Is it down to Guardian, or are we going to see?
I would say
anyone
like
else have to pick it up?
well, before them picking up Flamey, it was always just about Guardian. Like
Right.
if he had an off game, it was game over.
Yeah.
Now you actually do have Flamey that can pick up the slack if Guardian is having an off game. But yeah, Mirage is for sure probably one of Guardian's better maps, along with Dust 2. Then also, I don't know if it's just Mirage, but Kerrigan seemed to be playing really well on this map, especially with the AWP. Like, he was having a lot of crucial rounds.
This is at CCS, yeah.
Yeah, during
in that
CCS.
B site, he
Yeah,
was
he was-
locking down that balcony, yeah.
Yeah, he was spot on. So I think it's gonna be a very interesting game. Again, like Thorn was saying, I completely agree with the fact that Navi is probably the better Mirage team. And if they, I mean, look at Cash for example. They're playing good, knowing that okay, well, we're not that great on Cash. And they still managed to almost beat TSM on Cash. So if they play to that level on Mirage, I actually think that Navi might actually take this.
You mentioned Flamey there, and we mentioned Flamey a couple of times today. As he's like come into his own more recently. Do you feel like he's been continuing that today? Have we seen that from him today? The same sort of Flamey, James, as we saw at Star Ladder.
I'd say standard Flamey, which
This
is
is standard
which is a high level. Like, he's
Right.
a very strong fragger. Like, if he goes above that, then he can just destroy teams on his own. We've seen him hit 50 bombs in matches before, which is when you get to kind of scary Flamey. So if Flamey is playing as he usually is, he'll be a very strong component. Especially on this map, we used to see. In the old Na'Vi lineup, you used to see Starix pushing on the CT side. He would push A slope quite often. For the CTs, we saw Guardian just charging up mid on his own, which is something that teams do very differently. Fnatic do it better than a lot of teams, where they cover themselves properly from underpass and so on. Na'Vi do that as well, but sometimes it's just Guardian just charging up mid, literally just on his own with the AWP. We may see that less with the changes to the AWP of late, where he can be less dynamic in those kind of situations, but again, I mostly agree with Thorin's comments. TSM are probably the stronger team, but you know, Guardian being Guardian, if he goes huge and just dominates everyone, which is what he does with you, which is why he's there, then Na'Vi may just take it. But
Do you think
if they can keep him off the AWP, then who knows? You know, if you can disable his strengths, are the rest of Na'Vi enough to overcome TSM? We'll have to find out.
Like,
you think-
before this tournament, if we'd have gone before CCS, I'd have said, okay, Na'Vi, they're specialists on this map. TSM aren't that famous for being a great Mirage team. I'll go with Na'Vi all the way. But the way the way TSM played against Fnatic in that CCS final on this map was amazing. Like, they came back from like 1-7 down on CT, just won every single round to win 8-7 in the half, and then they just dominated on their T side. So if you have a strong CT half, and the key thing on this map is if you have good T rounds as well, you can be one of the best in the world on this map. So a lot of teams can get like the 9 or 10 CT rounds if everything goes their way. It's really hard to grind out those T-side rounds. So that's the thing for TSM, I think, if it's changed, that's going to make them a really good Mirage team, is their T-sides, actually. And that's been the general overall change for TSM, I feel, anyway.
Kind of a general question about Na'Vi then, since we've mentioned Guardian multiple times. How difficult is it for the other players on Na'Vi to cope if Guardian doesn't pick it up, if he doesn't turn up in this next map?
Well, the
Do
thing
they
is
feel
that
like everything's gone, everything's lost, and that's it? Or
that rarely happens. I don't even think that they're thinking about that. Guardian almost always have, maybe not a great game, but he's always stable. Like, I hardly see Guardian having a bad game, so it's probably not something that's on their mind.
and we never really see the pressure get to him, because obviously that
Yeah.
that must put extra pressure on him, right?
Well, I mean, again, he's been playing for this team for I don't know how long, and he's been the pillar of this team in terms of the heavy-duty fragging. So I'm pretty sure he's probably very used to it by now, and he does like the spotlight.
So yeah, Mirage. Do you have predictions for scores? Because I know you think TSM are going to win. You guys didn't want to give me scores for the last one.
I'm going to say 16-12 Navi.
16-12, so we're looking at another close one. You don't think we're going to see any overtimes in this?
No.
In this matchup, because I was expecting it. I was expecting to be
It's a bit hard to predict in overtime. Yeah, I think it'll just be 15-15 in regulation. Then someone will win. Well, why would they win in the overtime? Or for different reasons than they would have in
I'm
regulation.
more like thinking, do you think we're going to get there? Because I think are you surprised? Okay, new question. Are you surprised we haven't seen either of these last maps go to overtime?
I think the first one definitely could have gone overtime. I think that was the one that was closer, where it really was neck and neck, and you saw both teams a little bit cracking under the pressure, and that's usually when games go to overtime. I think it's not when someone does something brilliant that's very hard. It's more like the team who's in the lead can't quite close out, and then the other team gets spurred on by that, and they're just eking out wins. So the first map could have definitely gone to. Second map, I think it wasn't quite as close as the score looked overall. I think towards the end, TSM kind of stabilized and they took control a bit. Who knows for the third one? It's hard to know on Mirage, because like I'm saying, Navi's really good on it. So if TSM play at a very high level, then we could have another really close game where it's both pushing each other. But I'm going to say TSM by a little. I'll go TSM 16-12. So I'll go the opposite way to Fifth Lauren in terms of the winner, but the rounds are the same.
And James, do you have a score for us?
I think it will go to the clutch round, so a kind of 16-13. But either team. Well, that's the thing. Either team is capable of taking it over the edge here, so I am not going to call a team.
So
but I think
that's
it's
actually
gonna go-
cheating.
His prediction is both and neither, or one or the other. So he wins no matter what.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm good at this, right?
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
You have to
that's
respect
right.
that.
okay.
The best thing is he hires us to do this stuff.
Yeah.
I see why. Yeah, it's because you can often admire in others what you